Happened. He hands me a business card. He's like, I'm a financial manager. I don't know if you know, if you got anybody. I was just like, ooh, I don't know if you know what's going on here. I'm a preschool teacher. And I was like, you might want to find somebody else. And he was like, nah, like I heard like you was the guy. And I was like, nah, I'm not the guy. Like you're really gonna start losing money if you start taking me as a client. So like,
how much do you hate Reggie Miller?
how much do I hate Reggie Miller? I've grown respect for Reggie Miller as somebody who's grown up in New York City, and you know, obviously, what happened at the Garden, he's dead to me.
How do you feel about Trae Young?
Trae Young is the new hotness, if you will. I think that's what they call that. You know, it's a little cold. He's also dead to me.
Where does the nickname Smash come from?
The nickname Smash came from when I was younger, very influential and young and overly hyped. Me and my 3 high school friends used to say that we used to have you on Smash, and that would mean that you never like touched the frisbee. So it associates. But really, the full nickname is Joe Smash the Don, and that came from a guy named Tim O'Leary because he knew that I was going to take care of my peoples in New York, and that happened.
Do you miss anything about the Big Apple?
Yeah, I miss the worm that's inside the apple because that doesn't really exist in Boulder, Colorado. It's kind of its own world, but I really miss all the grittiness and all of the hustle that's associated with New York City. But it still lives inside me every day.
Where do you have family?
I have family's a big word for me. I have family all over the place, but a lot of my family originates from New York City, the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico.
Where is the farthest you've traveled?
The farthest I traveled, I went to Lecco, Italy for World Championships. That is when I found out that I love the mountains, and shortly after I moved to Boulder, Colorado.
Are you afraid of anything?
I'm afraid of large social situations mostly. And secondly, after that, I am fearful of whatever the higher power may be.
Do you want to have kids?
Woof, that may be the third scariest thing that I ever have. You know, if it's within the cards for the higher power for me to have kids, then I will. But I gather that at some point I will probably have offspring, if I'm lucky or not lucky. It depends on who you ask.
What is the wackiest thing a kid you work with has done?
The wackiest thing that a kid has done. Oh boy, let's see. So the Rolodex is thick. So let's think about it. The first one that comes to my head is that there was a 4-year-old in a classroom, right? And he's introverted just like me. And I remember he was sitting in the corner and he was trying to figure out some activity for himself and got really frustrated. So he decided that he was going to just rip his jeans. So he ripped both of his jeans from the top to the bottom. Now, at that point, his preschool teacher was upset because he ripped his own clothes. And at 4 years old, it's kind of not acceptable. So they sent him to my office. You know, it's the principal's office. So the kid is in my office. And he asked me, and I said, why'd you rip your jeans? He was like, I got kind of mad. Sent him right back to class. It seemed like it made sense to me. You know, like I was just like, he handled it way better than I would have. I know that. So, you know, at the end of the day, I called his dad, and I told him that I got him a better pair of shorts, and that he wasn't angry anymore. One of many wacky things, for sure.
What were you like as a child?
A lot less talkative. My mom used to describe that I was like one of those like ideal babies that they can like take me to like restaurants for, and it really shows what value we have on infants, because if you're quieter, then you're worth more.
Wow. What would you buy if you hit the lottery for $10 million?
If I had $10 million, I would have at least 3 or 4 preschools. or something. We would definitely have 3 or 4 preschools, and then maybe another 3 or 4 infant toddler centers specifically, with different places to help people who aren't fortunate, people who are very fortunate. I think that one of the misnomers about early childhood education is that rich kids don't need help, and it's very much not true.
What got you to start playing Ultimate?
Chris Lehman, Philadelphia product, put a disc in my hand at 14 years old. He told me to come to practice at 6:30 in the morning, and I did it, and it's the best decision I've ever made in my life.
What do you want to see change in the Ultimate community?
Oh man, I don't know, because I remember I used to say that I wish that there was more black people than on my original high school frisbee team, because we had like 14 people of color on my original high school frisbee team. And then I remember it changed to I really wish I would see somebody with an afro and glasses playing frisbee, and then I found that at US Open 3 years ago. So I think that the only thing that I want to change for frisbee is that I really want Ultimate to stay its own special thing, and I want professional Ultimate to be different. I want them to stay separated forever.
What is your favorite smell?
I can't smell.
Sorry.
No. you don't have to say sorry. No. It's totally fine. It really works when you're trying to be a toddler teacher and you're doing a diaper shift and you say you can't tell, so it's really to my advantage. So my favorite smell is whatever bad smell I can't smell.
How dare you?
I'm here for the smoke. It's here.
How did your parents decide on your name?
So my dad's name is Jose Anderson, and like many Latino parents, they struggled with whether they wanted to name me a name that sounded Latino or not. So there was a big back and forth. My grandfather's name is Juan. His name is Juan Diaz, and so they just wanted to. I'm trying to think of the correct word. They wanted to make my name English, so my name is Joseph John Anderson instead of Jose Juan. It was way easier than